Well, good morning everybody. Never done things like video like this before, but this is the start of my practice for the 10 kilometre walk we're doing in aid of Terence Higgins Trust. I'm heading off from Bellevue into Manchester. See you later. Well, here we are folks. This is going to be our meeting point on the 20th of August in Manchester Piccadilly. I'll take you along and show you the sights on the way. Okay, so from leaving Piccadilly Station, we'll make our way down Ducie Street to our first point of interest, which is the Dakota Hotel. From here, we'll head on to the Rochdale Canal. Well, here we are, folks, on the Rochdale Canal, which for some strange reason is very empty. Anyway, we'll walk along here and get to our next point, which is Kitty Bridge. And as we approach our next point of interest, which is Kitty Bridge, just have to say, if you're coming along the canal, you need sensible shoes, no stilettos. We then make our way along Cotton Street, looking at the old Royal Mills apartments, and then down to Cutting Room Square. Well, here we are, folks, in Cutting Room Square, home of the Halley Orchestra, or one of their places, and then quite a popular place in Ancoats, this. And then we'll move on to Stevenson Square. So we make our way along Great Ancoats Street, and you can see the stunning Express building. Well, here we are, folks, in Stevenson Square. Very much a popular pedestrianised area now, especially when the sun's out. And from here, we're going to make our way down to Thomas Street and the other part of the Northern Quarter. So we'll now work our way down Thomas Street, another part of the Northern Quarter, very popular area, and it was also used by Chanel for their Métier d'Arts show, where the whole place was covered over. As we get down back Turner Street, our next port of call, which is West End Quay. So then we'll move down Woody Grove, that's the hard up to say, been here for years. And then our next point of interest is going to be the National Football Museum, formerly known as Urbis, and I still refer to it as that anyway. On leaving the National Football Museum, we'll make our way down towards Cathedral Gardens and the Glade of Light, which is the memorial for the people who were killed in the Manchester Arena bombing in 2017. On passing Manchester Cathedral, we'll now head over the bridge over the River Irwell into Salford. So, as we make our way down Chapel Street and look to where we used to live, I don't recognise it after nearly 20 years of being away from here. And also, goodness knows what mess Salford Council are making with the one-way system. So we're past New Bailey, which is just down there, past the People's History Museum, and the Civil Justice Centre on our way to Spinningfields. Okay folks, so we're in Crown Square at the start of Spinningfields really, outside the Oast House, as you can see behind me there, and then we're going to make our way all the way over to Castlefield Bowl. So we've now arrived at Castlefield Bowl. Ignore the bin lorries, getting rid of the rubbish. So as we leave Castlefield Bowl and work our way through past the Roman Fort, we head towards Deansgate, and you can see the towers that are now being built. And we'll work our way up from here now to First Street and home. As we make our way down Water Street, we get to First Street and where home now is, and we'll cross over here and past the Hacienda Apartments, where the Hacienda used to be many years ago. Once again we'll hit the Rochdale Canal as we head towards Oxford Road, passing places like the Rain Bar. From the Rochdale Canal onto Oxford Street, very close to the Palace Theatre, and we're going to make our way along here down to the library and St Peter's Square, and then to our next rest stop, which will be Founders Hall. So, after our refreshment stop at Founders Hall, we'll make our way down Princess Street, past the Manchester Art Gallery, down towards what was Paradise Factory. Well, we reach what was Paradise Factory, and now we'll turn around and make our way up to Vimto Park. So, having made a stop at Vimto Park, we will turn around and we'll make our way towards Sackville Gardens. Well, here we are folks at Sackville Gardens, plenty of buses going past me here, and now we'll move on to campus. So here we are folks, one of the entrances into the newly developed area of campus, on the other side of Canal Street basically. Plenty of apartments that have been built, bars, restaurants, and right, well here we are folks, one of our last points of interest, which is the Crown Courts. And then your final destination, which is Canal Street. Well done.